Hello everyone. Today we will see some of the biological deterrents, that is, obstacles to equality. We have already seen earlier the natural and constructed aspects of gender. In the last session, we saw about gender identity, gender expression, and sexual orientation. All these contribute to how we are placed in society. Some are in an advantageous position, whereas others are marginalized and discriminated. Regarding sexual orientation, the heterosexual people are better recognized than the homosexual, bisexual, and asexual people. Considering gender identity, cisgender people are validated compared to transgender people. Gender expressions of masculine and feminine features are better recognized in society than androgynous or gender neutral positions. What we have to understand here is that more than being disadvantaged biologically, these people are marginalized by the dominant sector, obstructing their growth and preventing them from gaining access to the resources of nature through their narrow-mindedness. In this session, we are going to see the biological and sociological deterrents to equality. Women have many biological factors that prevent them from achieving equivalent to men. They are physically not very strong and have menstrual cycle and maternity factors also to deal with. They easily become victims of sexual harassment and rape. All these physically and mentally weaken them, and they start believing they are inferior. Added to these biological obstacles, they become victims of the attitude of the dominant group as well. Projected as the weaker sex, they are exploited. A number of women are missing in the world. Nobody knows where they are and nobody bothers. Women are considered to be someone to be protected by the society. That's why they are married off with even huge dowry. They remain dependents on father and brother before marriage, on husband and son after marriage. And most women live in more poverty than men because of this dependency status. This is the plight of females in our society. Even before birth, a female faces death. Sex-selective abortions are rampant in our society. Even after being born, many are either killed or dumped in the garbage like this. Many become victims of sexual violence and murder at a very young age. Considering the number of suicide cases among cisgender people, gender holds a predominant role in the rate of suicide. Research has shown that suicidal thoughts are more common among females than among males, particularly in those under the age of 25, and suicide attempts are between 2 and 4 times more frequent among females. Paradoxically enough, the completed suicides, males have a much higher rate of completed suicides. Attributing the cause to this, they have found that males are using more destructive means to end their lives. So suicidal thoughts and attempts are more among females, whereas completed suicides are more among males. This indicates that gender discrimination is not only detrimental for women, but also for menfolk. There are many biological deterrents for the LGBTQIA as well, they have one or many of the following complications. They might have cognitive impairments, disability, chronic illness, psychological problems, and poor resiliency. Added to this, the social obstacles also come into play. So they have to face the expectations of society, school, and family. Society is homophobia and has homophobia and transphobia. That is, it does not allow homosexuality, and it does not allow transgender people to come up in life. Hence, the anxiety gets internalized for them, and society discriminates and even physically abuse these people. There is no safe and supportive environment provided by society for these people. Even in schools there is victimization, bullying, verbal harassment and avoidance. And in the family as well, when these people share their identity with the family, when they come out, then they have only negative experience after that. That leads to conflict and rejection. Even among the transgender people, the suicide rate is very high. And just because people are born in a certain way need not drive them towards death. There are many protective measures that can be taken to protect the LGBTQIA from committing suicide, and also to make life much easier for them. We'll see about that in the coming sessions. Thank you.